Yes, the car's extremely fast, and I'm just ready to get going. A little bit nervous about the engine issues the 16 and the 2 cars both had in practice, and hopefully those will subside for the race. And we're both starting in the back, I think. Is that right? Yeah.
You can come through the field together.
Is that the first time that's ever happened? There should be a stat man in here for that. Ford's not here. He's at home on Twitter looking this up right now, isn't he? But it's unfortunate, but it's kind of what it is, and we'll have a good time, hopefully racing to the front.
All right, we'll start out with David and then Reed. Go ahead.
You all right, bud?
Go ahead.
Just favor that day. Logano fans, man.
I get it from the Johnson fans.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, I stole your glory. You won the poll. Do you want to just talk?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
We'll quickly add here that we're now joined by our pole sitter for Sunday's Auto Club 400, Denny Hamlin, drive the number 11 FedEx Express Toyota. This is Denny's second straight pole, I should say, here at Auto Club Speedway. He won the pole for this race last year. So, Denny, if you want to give us a quick comment on your lap.
It was good. I knew my lap was really good. I didn't know time-wise what I had, but I knew it felt good. It's just you really can't control the draw that you have nowadays. And obviously, when I found out we started third, we kind of aborted really working on qualifying trim that much because we pretty much thought I at least thought my chances of getting a pole were probably slim. So it was good to run that lap that early, and obviously it's a good way to start the weekend.
All right, we'll go ahead and with Newton. Go ahead.
Yeah, for Brad, David Newton, ESPN.com. I'd asked Denny this earlier, but, I mean, he's had a car he's felt like that could have finished top 5 every week and hasn't. Other drivers have said the same thing. You've had a car that maybe hasn't been a top 5 car, but finished top 5 every week. How tough in this day and age is it for that to happen?
Well, right now it's pretty early with this Generation 6 car. And so I don't think anyone really knows who the favorite is to beat. I think it's too early. I know we might have the points lead, but I think it's too early to label any one team being ahead or behind. You see a couple trends so far. Obviously Casey Kane's been really fast. Matt and his team's been fast. Denny and Kyle have been fast. So you see some trends, but it's still so early that it's hard to tell. And have a real scope of who the guys are to beat out there. But in any professional series, to get to the top is a hell of a challenge, and there's always somebody trying to pull you down. Right now, it's I wouldn't say the hardest it's ever been because it's a new car and a new opportunity, and I think you're really seeing that the strong teams capitalize on it.
Is this like, you get a basketball player gets in the zone shooting, or do you feel like you guys are just in the zone right now with the way things are going?
Yeah, I think it seems to be falling our way, as well as the fact that we're doing a great job of executing, and it takes both. You can have all the luck in the world and then just screw up your end and it means nothing, and you can, do everything right and not have any luck and it doesn't mean anything. So, all those things are coming together for us now. I'm hoping we're not using up too early in the season because, the chase is when it really counts, but it certainly is a pleasant surprise to start the year with runs this solid and the opportunity to lead the points earlier in the year, especially with the changeover from Dodge to Ford. So that gives us something to really hang our hat on.
All right, let's go to Reed.
Reed Spencer with NASCAR Wire Service. Brad, Greg seemed to believe that the engine issues between your 2 cars may be similar. Is it more concerning if that's the case, where you may have a common problem throughout the Ford ranks?
Well, it doesn't make me feel good. It's if it is one particular item, then I guess it's easier to fix it, assuming that can be done so in the time frame that's available. But I think that's it's too early to tell on that as well because those particular engines aren't scheduled to be tore down until tonight and tomorrow morning.
Okay, we'll come up front here to Lewis.
Yes, Lewis, Frank Auto Week. Denny, congratulations on the pole, and how does it feel to be in the lead in the news for a positive reason this week?
Yeah, it's always something, but it's good as positive so far. But it's the weekend is still young.
All right, we'll go to Kay, and then back to Lee.
Cars in competition, Kay Presto. This is for Brad. Brad, Greg just said
He's
that
on the
he
poll. He
thinks...
should get more questions than
Well,
me.
okay,
I feel like a jerk,
I'll get to
man.
him. Yeah.
I feel like I should just leave.
No. I'll get to him. But I just had one quick question. Greg said that he felt it would take him 100 laps to get to the front in Sunday's race. Any comments on that? What do you feel?
I think I can do it in 99.
Oh, okay. And Denny, how is the track? How much is the heat that we're going to have Sunday affecting the engines, if at all?
Yeah, I don't think the heat affects the engines as much as the racetrack. You know, as much as we talk in practice about how bumpy it is and things like that, that's what makes great racetracks. And you'll see during the race we're going to be running from the white line and even below it to all the way at the wall. And so a lot of times in the past, this is when the tracks hit the kind of the urgent button and start to think about repaving. But this is this track's really coming into its own. Anytime you see a tire fall off of like 3 seconds in a tire run, it typically puts on great racing, and I think that's what you'll see.
So it's going to be good tight 4-lane, maybe 5?
Yeah. Hopefully I won't see any passing. It'll just be behind me.
Okay.
All right, we'll go to Lee and then Reed.
Thank you. Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. Denny, I asked you earlier as far as what would you expect if you saw Joey Logano in your rearview mirror at Martinsville with the 2 cars dumping out, the 2 and the 16 going to the back of the field for engine changes. He could very well be starting behind you here. Are you going to take the inside lane or the outside lane, and how do you expect it to match up?
I don't know. Last year I can't remember whether I took the inside or the outside. But we did lead the first lap, so I'll probably do whatever I did last year. But
Were you on the pole last year?
yeah,
Wow, you're a pole cat, man.
I was 5 minutes ago. That conversation happened.
I wasn't listening. I'm sorry.
But the
I remember when you used to race online. This used to be your track.
yes,
Do you remember that?
the
That was back when we were friends. Then we weren't friends for a while. Now
was
we're
it
friends
FLM
again.
400?
Yeah, it
FLM
was. Yeah,
400,
this was
something
your
like that.
place, man. I remember that. That was, 8 years ago, 9 years? Damn,
Yeah.
we're old.
Very.
You got kids now? I don't. All right, so you're
always practice. So.
Yes. Practice is good.
But what were we talking about? Oh,
I was trying to bail you out of that question.
Oh, yeah. The good news is the spoilers are so tall, there's no intimidation factor because you can't see anybody. So I have no idea who's behind me at any point, and where Logano's at won't play any factor. I'll just do whatever really I did last year. I'll do the same.
All right, Reed, go ahead.
Reed Spencer with NASCAR Wire Service. Denny, why do you think the conventional wisdom didn't hold true today about early draw versus late draw?
Honestly, I think our car was really fast. I knew, talking with a few people in my motorhome, it's cocky to say, but I said, man, I can almost guarantee a pole if we have a late draw. And they told me we were third, and I was like, okay, well, just never mind, forget that. So I think it's just, I knew, after running so well here in qualifying before, you kind of get a feel for what you need to do as a driver to hit your points and be fast. And I think our car was just exceptional, at least for a lap or so today. So I knew we were able to run in the 38-second bracket even late in practice, and so that gave me an indication that we were going to be pretty tough. So why, I think had it not been for really one exceptional car, pole would have been later. Obviously, we saw what these guys did late.
All right, we're going to wrap up front here.
Rudy Bravo, newspaper El Sol, and amigos de NASCAR.com. I was wondering if you can give us your opinion on how you see the Latino participation in NASCAR, and also if you can have a word of advice for the kids that are watching and will be having aspirations.
I'm not the best role model at the moment.
Are you Charles Barkley? You're Charles Barkley of NASCAR?
I don't know.
You play golf, I hear. I mean, just saying.
More like the George Foreman of wrestling.
George
Or
Foreman.
boxing.
Boxing?
I don't know. Out here, I think you see obviously a larger presence, especially from the fan standpoint. When we go places like Phoenix. There's the Latino crowd's obviously a large part of it, and so really I think over the last the 8 years I've been in the Cup Series, the population and the popularity amongst that group is grown tremendously, in my opinion. So it's great to have them as NASCAR fans. They love it. We see just walking in here how passionate they are about meeting their favorite drivers and everyone. So I think they're as passionate as any of our race fans we have today.
Did you want me to answer it? No, it seems like every time we come here, like Denny said, there's a larger base, and you notice it whether it's in the media guide or even I noticed while I was driving out there on turn 3 and 4 that there was different writings and stuff that weren't in English, that were in Spanish. So that shows the commitment I think the sport has to being as diverse as we can, and certainly there's been some progress for sure in the western side of the country, and hopefully that will spread abroad.
All right. Thank you, guys. Congrats, Denny, again on your pole.
You're going to have 6 sons named Denny.
Yeah.
No?
No. He had a daughter named Georgette, didn't he? Did you know that one?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He named his daughters after him.